Hello and welcome back to the SVU stream. Sorry about that. We had technical difficulties here with game one. The we got completely disconnected and lagged out of game one. So we're going to be unable to show that to you guys, but we will get it back up and running for game two. And so stick around till then. It should be a couple minutes, and we will have you live with game two. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SVU stream here. Sorry about the delay. Game one is in the books, but we did not get to see it due to technical difficulties. That's very unfortunate. Clemson did end up taking game one from our SVU Knights. Knights just kind of lost it in laning phase and snowballed from there. So we'll have to see if they can recover. We have way different picks here in this game too, and this is going to be exciting to see if SVU can bounce back from that game one loss, or if they'll succumb to the pressure here of being in a playoff situation. So what do you think, Josh?
Yeah, no, as you're saying, the only really picks that I see carrying over, we see an Aurelia and we see a Caitlyn again, and other than that, totally different. Um, the Trundle, those of you who follow the league, you know how strong that can be early. We'll see what the Halfbird does with that. But Poppy can be strong early too. We'll see how they outplay each other in this early game and make a difference.
Yeah, the Trundle is a smart pick here out of Clemson. They picked it because they are an all AD squad, and he's going to be able to shred all the massive amounts of armor that is going to be built on the SVU side, especially by Poppy. Now, we are seeing the Poppy jungle here. If you haven't been following Worlds, this might be an unconventional pick, but if you have been following Pleasant Plant for the last 2 years, this guy loves Poppy. He's been playing it before it was cool. He invented this pick, and he stands by it. He's a great Poppy player.
All right, so well, once again, Kevin, hopefully the stream doesn't crash this time. What are you thinking is SU's game plan? The first 10 minutes of this game, how much are they stalling? How much are they pushing? And where's it happening?
So I think again, mid lane is gonna be hotly contested. We have a melee matchup this time, Riven versus Yone. Not sure if SU is gonna lane swap the Malzahar mid or if they're gonna keep him top versus the Irelia. We'll have to see if there's any lane swap shenanigans. But other than that, Poppy should be okay into Trundle. Trundle is really strong, like early on with the auto attack reset, with the AD stealing on his Q, and his W field. So we'll really have to see what SVU decides to do, like with their playstyle, because honestly, across the board, these lanes should be decently even enough, and it's really going to come down to the junglers, what routes they choose, and how they choose to influence the game.
Yeah, I was looking at our two bot lanes, Caitlyn and Sivir. They both have a lot of poke. Nautilus and Alistar. They both have a lot of engage, tanky. How's that lane going to be looking? Do you think?
Yeah, so that lane is going to be interesting. I really like the Sivir. The Sivir is a nice pick these days. Does a ton of damage if you can hit both parts of the Q. But like the Caitlyn is also a lane bully. She has the traps. She has the ability to outrange the Sivir's auto attacks. So we'll have to see who pulls the trigger first down there, because whoever flashes first might just end up winning that lane. Because if you get a flash engage out of your Alistar onto the Caitlyn, that's going to be lights out. But the same thing goes for Sivir. If Nautilus can flash in before the spell shield's really available and he can get a level 2 play or something, then they're going to at least win that trade and then be able to snowball the lane from there. So we'll have to see who has the guts to go for the early play.
All right, so just jumping in the game here. Get our vision up. What? There we go. There we go. Both teams spawning in. See some pings coming out. Side who's starting. Blue side looks like they're going up to cover river. Any invades happening.
Yeah, we'll have to see if it's a defensive level 1 here or what's happening with that. We've seen this many times. Not many teams wanting to do anything level 1, but there is a clumpage here in the bot side from Clemson. They are moving up the river as a group. We have the Alistar. They're scouting it out. They have the Nautilus hook. Alistar playing defensive. Will Nautilus hit the hook? He will, but he gets blocked by the wall. The big booty of Alistar not getting pulled around the wall. So that's going to be a successful defensive level 1 at SVU.
And I didn't even see any wards get dropped there. They just out happened. I guess the SVU did use a couple of wards. Engagement back out, taking their more normal level one.
Minions have spawned.
And we can see where our jungler's starting here. Trundle bot side of the Poppy.
Yeah, we're looking at a lane swap here. 5677 moving into the top lane, trying to get against the Yone, or against the Aurelia rather. But we see a counter lane swap coming in from Clemson. They really want the Aurelia versus the Malzahar, and the Yone versus the Riven. So we'll see if SU keeps these lanes or if they rotate back. Either way, we'll have to see how SVU navigates this early game. It's all about the Poppy. He is starting bot side, like you said, and I'm curious to see if he will 3 camp, 4 camp, 5 camp. Who knows? This Poppy can do a lot of things.
Yeah, well, got the two biggest camps on so far. What we can see is happening with Trundle. Is he skipping, going right past the wolf? So he'll probably be looking for camp early action. Hope Poppy can meet Yone and might have some fighting going.
Yeah, we're fighting for level 2 here in bot lane. Mid lane trades going typically as we see. Um, we'll have to see. Poppy is doing a full boss side clear, so I wonder if he's going to rotate to his red, while Trundle is doing a 3 camp clear, possibly into a gank. Malzahar playing defensive there in mid lane. 5677 in the top lane does hit level 2. Yone, not the greatest top laner. He does have a hard time getting out of situations, but it's definitely viable. The mobility on him is dependent on him being able to get to the wave, which he can do with his E. But here goes Riven going and hitting his stun. This is a good trade here out of 5677. That's a great trade for him. He is up on health, and here comes a gank from Poppy. Tackles and misses the wall tackle, though. Unable to get the tackle there. You got to feel like that would have been first blood.
Yeah, no, that was really sad, really close. Fighting little engage there. We did get Aurelia's flash, and Trundle was looking after a really good engage top side.
Flash in from Alistar. He's knocking Caitlyn under the tower. That's a huge play out of Honey T-Bone. Can they get the kill? Swimmer sending pizzas his way, but can't quite finish the kill. But that's a good trade here. Pleasant Plant in a 1v1 duel topside. 5677 also a duel midside. Willy Wonka trying to get revenge onto the Irelia, but that's first blood going over in such a close battle. Oh my goodness, he does get the kill back. So that's a 1-for-1 in mid lane. Top lane's very close as well. Yone low on health. Pleasant Plant gets out with a sliver, but no other bloodshed.
Very intense engaging, a lot happening. That's good. You want to see that out of you, I think, here because of how strong that Trundle presence came. Pleasant Plant making use of the champion as well, keeping things closer than they otherwise could have been.
Yeah, great fight there. We're seeing the CS lead grow here in the bot side. Sivir shoving this in. Nautilus going to try to stop it, stop the wave so that they can collect it. Alistair trying to disrupt that. Misses the Q. Doesn't quite get the combo. He does boot him away there. Now Nautilus taking half his HP, though. So they are not getting the reset they wanted. So we'll see if SVU, it looks like they will go for the reset after all. Trundle is in the bot side, going for that bot side scuttle. He is double scuttling this Poppy, but I think the early ganks were worth it here for SVU. They are doing quite well in laning phase here. Willy Wonka taking a lot of poke from Irelia. So things are kind of slowing down here. Big wave pushing in mid side. Trundle getting his scuttles out. I wonder what Poppy's next move is here. And that is an execute going over. Not sure what Nautilus was doing there, but he does end up dying. Nothing really gained there. He does just, there's no XP that goes over because they weren't in range. Yeah, here comes Poppy, though, on the gank on Irelia. It does get her back into turret range. Can he get the kill? That's a silence out, and yes, Poppy picks up the kill on Irelia. 2-1 advantage SVU.
Yeah, really good gank there. Trundle's in the area too. He's got to be able to look for that after he realizes he's got the double scuttle on Poppy. Really, really good punishment from mid lane ahead.
Yeah, very unnecessary death, but Pleasant Plant in a bad situation here. He does have his smite to gain some health, but I don't know if he's going to be able to escape this Trundle. Yes, he is, so that's a good survive by him. But yeah, like you were saying, the Aurelia should have known that without Scuttles to get, Pleasant Plant had nothing else to do besides gank. So really giving him free gold there by being pushed up so far. Good bait from Willy Wonka in the mid lane. 5677 trading with the Yone. Does get the stun. Good trade out of him, but that shield from Yone with the W, very quite annoying for trades. So we'll have to see what Poppy ends up doing here. Trundle clearing bot side, getting his Krugs. No dragons yet, and no real big moves by either side. We're seeing a small CS lead here in the mid lane and in the top lane. So we'll have to see if SVU can get that CS up. It might just be a wave discrepancy, but we'll see if they can get back on top of CS. And I'd like to see a counter, another gank up here on this Yone. He did flash earlier in that fight, and he is vulnerable up there. I wonder if Poppy can get up there and get some pressure on him. Willy Wonka playing smartly, but that is a level 6 Irelia. You got to be scared of that, Josh.
Yeah, Aurelia can be really oppressive if she gets that lead. Hopefully they don't let that
Oh, and this is what I was talking about. Here's Poppy up top side. Yone doesn't know he's there. Can he get the kill? Oh, and that's the slice and dice there. Out of Riven, taking the move from Renekton, sends the blades his way, and that's a kill over to SVU. Up 3-1 here. Gold is evening out, so this is a good early game out of SVU. Let's see if they can transition this into the mid game. There's a hook on bot side. Nothing quite comes of it. Good spell shield.
Yeah, and bot lane's keeping up here too, like you said. Top just caught back up a little bit. Bot's been doing really well. And Dragon is up. There's no rift up yet. So there's some mid bottom here.
Yeah, here comes the gank. They're locking him in, but misses the tackle on the wall again, and there's a huge party coming mid side. Can Willy Wonka get out? I don't know if they want this. Nautilus is swinging up. Can he sidestep the hook? Poppy needs to find a maneuver his way out of this situation. I think he might be all right. I don't know the pillar timer. But, oh, that's a flash in. Trundle wants this. Poppy gets the shield. Look at that! Poppy mechanics with the blast code thing. He hits the vision code with his passive auto to get the shield. That is galaxy brain level stuff here at a Pleasant Plant.
Yeah, turning that situation into 1-1 after the Nautilus spends his time to go up there. Really make him waste.
Oh, in the dodge on Honey T-Bone with the W. SVU's mechanics, they are stepping it up today. I like to see these plays. They really want this win. They feel bad about game one. They're mad about that loss. They really want to be in this playoff race in this conversation. So hopefully they'll be able to continue playing like this. See if they go for any Dragons or Riptails. They need to get more of a gold lead. They're only up about 100 gold here despite being up 3 kills. So they need to transition this into some objectives.
Yeah, and we just saw Rip just spawn there. So both Trundle and Poppy are going to have a lot of options after they do something in any lane. Hopefully they can translate it into a rescue.
Yeah, there's a stun there. 5677 going toe-to-toe with this Yone player. We'll have to see what happens next. I think Clemson much slower of a start here for them. The SVU really got their act together after game one, and we're seeing them put on a show here for us in this best of 3, trying to shove it to 3 games. 5677 ulting, going in on the Yone. He's stalling out the Riven ult with his E. He does hit his ult of his own, and Riven's going to have to back off there. So wanting the trade, 5677 was, but couldn't quite get it.
Yeah, like you were saying, that shield and lifesteal and everything coming in, making it really hard to trade against you. Especially when he...
Yeah, we're seeing early Ninja Tabbies out from Poppy and Riven. That's a good purchase, in my opinion. You know, a lot of AD here in this Clemson squad. They do have the Trundle to try to mitigate that, but those Ninja Tabbies are doing work here. They do have 2 top side. Poppy not sure what to do while Trundle is invading his north. Looking for a bot side gank. He found the Nautilus. Are they able to collapse on this with the bot lane? He does land the stun into the wall, but doesn't look like they really want any of this. 567 going in for a 1v2. I don't know if this is a fight he wants, though. He's in no man's land, and yes, he's going down. SVU unable to find a play on the cross side of the map, but they are going for the dragon, try to eagle it up that way.
Yeah, they're taking that dragon early can hopefully follow that out. Even though they weren't able to translate something at the same time, it's at least some punishment. Good to see SVU do.
Exactly. Dragons are definitely an investment. There's not much gold there to get from getting the dragon, but you do get part of the soul, and if they can build that up, that's huge. So we'll see if they're able to do anything. It looks like Caitlyn is mid laning against a Malzahar. Aurelia not liking her odds in that matchup, and you see this a lot with top laners. They like the longer lane. Here comes a flash tackle out of Pleasant Plant, gets the counter flash out of the Caitlyn. Caitlyn kiting nicely. Pleasant Plant with the aggressive play there. I like to see it. Does get the flash out of Caitlyn, and we'll see if they can punish that later. But as I was saying before, Aurelia moving down to this bot lane. So now we have 2 solo laners in the far lanes. Aurelia likes the longer lane against Malzahar. Did not like that matchup mid lane. So we'll see if Willy Wonka can navigate the bot side. He was moved from top to mid, and now he's bot, and we'll see if he can survive that, you know, transition. Because while it's the smeared lane, it's not exactly the same thing. Oh, it's a huge freaking gank in the top side. That's a nice escape, though, from the Yone. I think he's going to get out here. But no, 5677 says no, he's not. Here we go. Alistair boots away the Trundle. Nautilus, he's in a 1v3 situation. Can he fight his way out? I doubt it. Poppy boots him away. That field goal is good. Nice job, Poppy. That should be a good survive here from SVU. They get the 1 kill. Couldn't convert it into anything else. But that is a good gank from them.
Yeah, and to be able to turn that situation that was looking like it could have actually ended up not being NFC's favor. Take your mechanics, take your buttons, press them in the right way, and make it work in your favor.
Yeah, and we're seeing Malzahar. That's the longer lane there. Like I was saying before, where he's getting punished in that long lane because the Aurelia can draw him out and not go under the tower as quickly. But he's doing good. Willy Wonka keeping up in CS. He is down quite a bit, but um, he is doing a good job not dying, and he is up 2 kills. So we'll see if he gets his item spikes, if he can turn this lane around. And I'm wondering if QSSs will be coming out on the side of Clemson. You like to build that item against Malzahar for the ult, obviously, but here's comes a fight mid side. Poppy going in. Good trade from Sivir, throwing another pizza, looking to pressure, get Prio mid. Maybe they can turn this into a Rift Herald. Poppy, a lot of big early game here at a Pleasant Plant. 5677, another duel with Yone. He's got to come back to his E. Does 5677 like his odds? I don't think so. Not without his ult. So, top lane evening out.
Yeah, we saw a lot of seeing this Nautilus.
Oh, another trade here. 5677. He really wanted that huge trade by him. He needs to get to CS though. Yone will try to heal up. He is sitting on his Zeal. Doesn't have any lifesteal, but he does have the W shield. And some potions. But here comes Honey T-Bone. Oh, can't quite get the CC. That is the most busted thing about Yone. The CC immunity going back from his E. That was quick on the fingers by him. If Honey T-Bone could have got that, that would have been an awesome play. Very close there. 5677. He's going in, though. Has his ult, and there it is. He gets the kill. Will he survive the minion damage? I'm not quite sure. I think he did. That is fantastic out of him. Honey T-Bone's presence got him that kill.
Yeah, and that's just what I was saying. The roams from Alistar here, walking around, especially with the Poppy so much, a lot of pressure. You're not going to let the solo laners stand with that.
Yeah, and Willy Wonka having to flash out of that. It's good flash by him, though. You don't want to be giving up that kill after you've done so well in lane. So gold is in favor of Clemson, but it's not a big lead. This is Honey T-Bone. Like you were saying before, this guy is everywhere. Does he ever go into a lane that's his? This is what happens when you send the bot laners mid. Your support is free to roam. And Honey T-Bone, they didn't layer the CC the best they could have, but they did stop Malzahar from dying, got the Aurelia ult and the Aurelia flash. Poppy looking for more. Going in, he gets the tackle, but his W's running out. But he calculated that damage. He does go down, but good damage there out of Poppy, gets the kill.
He does, and he pushed Aurelia right after he popped her ult, right out of it. He wasn't able to utilize those blades there. Fun to see that. Smart play.
Yeah, huge counter there. You know, Poppy very good into Aurelia, dashful champion. Here comes 5677. He is pissed. He doesn't have his ult, so I don't think he's going to complete the all-in, but that's a good trade out of him. He's up a level on the Yone, and we'll see if he can convert this into more kills. SVU doing a good job here in the early game. They need to keep converting this into objectives. Rift Herald still on the table, but plates are down, so that's a less valuable objective.
Yeah, and you know we saw SVU lose a little bit of get a little bit, yes, very early on. But from the kills, after we saw those kills get translated into the catch-up, that CS really has not fallen behind him.
5677 going in for the solo kill. He sidesteps. Oh, no, he doesn't. But he gets the kill anyway. He doesn't even need his own ult. 4 kills over to 5677 on his signature Riven pick. He is coming up huge in this game, too, here. We'll have to see if he can transfer that into some team fight wins. But that is an awesome job by him. And it looks like they are setting up for Dragon. Here comes Poppy. He seems pretty fearless. Malzahar, though, is stuck in the bot side, unable to rotate yet. He's got to collect that wave. He's got his space stuff on it. Poppy backing off. Huge. Look at all these wards here out of Clemson. They really want to play for this dragon. Honey T-Bone. They don't know that that they're seen on that ward. But SVU's got to get vision control back.
Got top laners road dragon fight.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge dragon fight here. This might decide a lot of this game. Pleasant Plant looking down. They finally scanned that ward. They finally found it. They're waiting on their Riven. No TPs to speak of, so they got to play this one smart here. They do get that ward out, but there's the counter pink. They have the trap set up. They're starting the dragon up. SVU trying to get through this choke, but they're just unable to get through that choke. Those Caitlyn traps so annoying.
Yeah, the pressure of the Caitlyn traps and the vision. There's a lot of vision control on Clemson's side there. Pays off.
Yeah, and I think that's a little bit of, you know, where SVU just didn't have really the cooldowns they wanted for that situation. Maybe if they had the flash on the Malzahar or on the Alistar, they could have gotten an engage that they liked, but deciding not to go for that fight, not a huge fight, doesn't really matter, since it ended up not being any kills going over to either side. Good trade here by the Aurelia. See how he gets the shield off with the auto, so he can trade that into the stun. That's how you're supposed to play this matchup. Pleasant
Puppy
Plant,
Alistar
look,
roam again though.
yeah, look at this Alistar. Honey T-Bone is everywhere. And he's somehow a level ahead of Nautilus. So I don't know what Nautilus has really been doing this whole game, but Honey T-Bone definitely the more active. He's got those mobility boots, and he is using them efficiently.
See Trundle out on the map there, grabbing the Riptail. It looks like as a Fed Riven. Gotta wonder if SVU looking to try and stop this here after.
Yeah, interrupting the Caitlyn escape. That is a good knock up and knock back by Honey Team Bone, but they don't have any damage here. It's just a Poppy and an Alistair, and here comes the collapse from Clemson. There's Sivir, though. Damage finally showed up. I don't know if any kills will go over. Swammer looking for the block, gets it with the spell shield. Pleasant Plant lives again. He's got it calculated, but that is a fight that didn't go their way. But this could be a kill on the Nautilus. Tower shot, no, he does get healed, and that is a kill over to the Yone, but that's a counter kill for Swammer. 2 for Swammer, could it be 3? Here comes Riven. That's a triple kill going over to Swammer, and you don't want to give this guy kills. He can carry a game.
Yeah, you see how much of a difference that shows up when SVU's damage makes it to the fight. Turns Clemson paid for their sin.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They just needed the damage there. They had the CC, needed the damage. Willy Wonka down 1 level, but he is fighting strong against his Irelia, trading well. He's looking to kill her here. He gets the ulti. Can he do it? Willy Wonka with the solo kill. That is a huge play out of him.
And look at the CS leads don't even matter here. The gold is completely even after all of these kills. Is fighting. SVU's fighting looking really strong this game. Rotating matters. Just being smart at which buttons they're pushing when. Really great fighting out these.
Yeah, this is a huge game for them. They are really stepping up, and you love to see it out of our boys here at SVU. With the playoffs on the line, they really want to show that they deserve to be in the running for top seed. So let's see if they can transition this into some dragons, though. They got the kills, they got the gold, they're getting their item spikes. They need to start getting some dragons, start getting some, keep the river control, and keep playing aggressive. I love to see this style out of them. Pleasant Plant in a 1v3 potential situation. Riftail's being dropped. He doesn't know how much danger he's really in, but he has the scooter, and there they go. Out of here. Whammer in a 1v1 with the Caitlyn, hits the pizza, but this is too much damage, and he goes down. That's the Gale Force. The extra mobility that the Gale Force provides with the damage is just too much for him. Riven getting engaged on, but Pleasant Plant is here. No follow-up, though, from SVU. Honey T-Bone's on the wrong side of the map this time. They are in a 3v2 situation. Riven is strong, but is she this strong? There's 1 goes down. Can she get 2? That's possibly 2. Oh, the Nautilus is living with nothing. He keeps trying to trade off, but he can't quite get it. But here comes Honey T-Bone. He finally gets here from a million miles away. Riven does get out, so that's 2 kills going back over to Riven. Riven is 6-1. 5, 6, 7, 7 is huge right now.
Caitlyn just got that shutdown from Sivir there, but wasn't able to back him by anything, so couldn't get the kill on her.
Yeah, unable to get finished off that kill, which was huge. That shutdown would have gone over to Caitlyn. That would have been devastating here, but she doesn't get the shutdown. 5677 lives to talk about his heroic double kill, and we'll have to see. The SVU lane assignments are quite interesting. You know, you have the Malzahar in the side lane with no TP, and then you have the Riven, but you really need this Riven at these team fights. We have the Kraken Slayer here on the Sivir. And I think the SVU squad should be favored in any grouping situation, especially if the Poppy can have an efficient W with the Aurelia. So I'd like to see some team fights here, and we might get my wish. Honey T-Bone playing smart, not letting him clear his vision. They want control for this next objective here. The Dragon coming up soon. We'll see if Clemson has an answer for this team fighting squad of SVU with their Fed Riven. Malzahar's looking strong, and so is Sivir.
Yeah, and SVU's here first this time. They have their player with them here before the fight even starts, before Dragon even spawns, which is the opposite it was last time. So SVU might be able to push Clemson off or even take a fight that wins in the game here.
Yeah, so they're looking for the fight. I think they're going to have to start the Dragon to get that bait on the hook to bring Clemson in. Dragon looking on the Aurelia for a play. Here comes Trundle posturing aggressively. We have Yone, very spread out formation here out of Clemson. SVU, there's the ult in from Yon. He's looking for a play here, but Poppy boops back the Irelia. Can they turn this on its head? Here comes Riven. She has her ult on. They do kill Pleasant Plant. Can they fight their way out of this? This is huge AoE damage potential, but Yon goes in, gets the knockup. Can they get anything else? That's a double kill for the Riven. Can he get a triple? Yes, he does. He's going in for more. This is huge out of 5, 6, 7, 7. It's just a Caitlyn. I don't know if they can get her, though. She has so much range, and they can't quite close the gap. Riven does go down at the hands of Caitlyn, but that's a huge fight here for SVU. Very close game. Swammer trying to get some kills here on the Caitlyn. We have a Willy Wonka, and we have a Swammer. But Caitlyn has a lot. He couldn't hit the silence. Willy Wonka is going to get shut down. Can Swammer win the 1v1? Caitlyn still has the heal. Swammer doesn't. He hits the spell shield. Can he hit the next pizza? No! Oh, so close. She lives with a hair's breadth. And Caitlyn, 5-1. What a bloody fight.
That's an insane fight. And you see, there's that Gale Force you're talking about. That mobility makes such a huge difference if used right, and that's why she was able to carry the end of that fight so well.
And there's ain't no way that he had Collector on Swammer before that fight, because that has got to be 5%. So he must have just picked that up, because if he didn't, that is a bug. So that is going to be a good pickup for him, though. We'll see. They are still forcing this dragon, but it's 5, 6, 7, 7's here, and he has his sword. He doesn't have his ult. Yes, it just popped up, so he does have his ult. Oh, Clemson doesn't want to give this up without a fight. Honey T-Bone, but here comes the flank from Irelia. This is not looking good. He's getting it on Pleasant Plant. Pleasant Plant couldn't get the W off, but he boots those two away. But they're just inside the Dragon Pit. Honey T-Bone's going down. His ult's not doing enough. Here goes the kill over, and that's 2 over. Riven had to bail out. They didn't have the muscle to get that with the Willy Wonka and Swammer dying later in that fight. The backs were staggered, and they couldn't get the fight they wanted.
Yeah, when your money's not there, your damage isn't there. That's when we see SVU's fights being a little less strong.
You're exactly right. Yeah, they really need the Riven or the Malzahar there to make that happen. Swammer on the, I mean not the Riven, the Sivir rather. They need one more extra damage to couple with the Riven, because this Riven can be CC locked, you know, and focused. But if they have 2 damage sources at these fights, I think SVU can take, you know, any fight they want. So we'll see if they can find anything else that's good. Very close game here. Slight gold lead in favor of Clemson. And this Baron might be the next objective.
Yeah, I mean, these teams are really like fighting each other. Really, really like fighting each other over these other round 3,
Oh, Pleasant Plant getting caught out here. That's the pillar. I don't know if he's going to be able to escape. He does use his flash here, but that's the double ults there, so they are going to ult him. They're probably going to turn this into a Baron. That'd be the next logical step, I feel like. But that is still a risky play with Riven still on the board. Yes, there's no smite, but they still have all their damage capabilities. Malzahar has no TP, though. He's going to have to start running over here if they want to contest this Baron. Aurelia does have TP, and this is where you really need to be sending the Riven bot side to match. But doesn't look like they're going to do anything about it. I think this Baron's just going to go over to the side of Clemson. But there might be something cheeky. No, this is going to be a Baron over to Clemson, so that is going to be huge for them to try to close out this game. They're feeling a lot of pressure here, and here comes the ult, and here goes 5, 6, 7, 7. Can they stop him from getting to Willy Wonka? No, he can't, but he should be able to clean this up. Yes, he does, and that is a kill. It actually goes over to Willy Wonka, so they do trade the Aurelia for the Malzahar, so that's at least the Baron buff off of their split pusher.
It's a Baron buff off, and now, like you said, Riven is in the place going into this game where the TP is going to make a big difference at these points.
Yeah, and I think the main focus for these team fights is going to be, can SVU get onto the Caitlyn? Caitlyn is 6-1, sitting on 2 items, has their Lord Doms, and here's a good play here, though, knocking him up. He's going to throw up at the end of this. That is like 4 different knockups. Trundle is now in no man's land. Can they have any more CC? Did they waste it all on Yon? Swammer, the Kraken Slayer, is slaying, and that's 2 kills going over to SVU. That is a tower going over to the side of Clemson, but great kills there. Good job collapsing on them. SVU is winning the kill battle, but they're losing the gold battle.
Yeah, and you know, I think when a lot of buttons between Yone and Trundle, a lot of buttons were committed on that Poppy pick earlier, Baron, and they didn't have those tools, and I'm glad that SVU is able to recognize that and make a punishment.
Yeah, that's a great point, Josh. Yeah, that's a great point. Yon didn't have his ult there. 5, 6, 7, 7, though. He knows he's caught out. Is he going to be able to escape this? He already flashed. There's the E, but he doesn't have enough dashes. I never thought I'd say that with a Riven, but he does get caught there, and that's a huge pick going over to Clemson. And now they have their Aurelia splitting on the side lane with no contest. So this Baron power play out of Clemson did end up extending the gold lead. They're up to 5K gold lead, but that is not an insurmountable amount of gold. If they get the right fights in the right way, if they can shut down the Caitlyn early on in a fight, they can win any fight outside SVU.
Yeah, and there is a lot of fighting, even in a not 5v5 sense that's happening. And SVU is playing those fights well when they're in control. So if they can take control, play around vision, etc. And yeah, I'm hoping it happen for SVU.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm looking for a. It really stinks that 5677 had to flash there because you really need him to flash in on this Caitlyn. But hopefully, Alistar, Honey Teambo can find it. He knows that that's the target, but that's a ton of damage coming out from him. Doesn't have the follow up, and he's gonna have to flash defensively. You hate to see that out of your engager. Poppy looking to go in. This is a possible 5v3 situation, but the rest of Clemson showing up. Can they get any kills here? The Caitlyn is legendary. They got to shut down the Caitlyn. Caitlyn's in the backline, she's killing them all, but there goes Riven. She has her sword out. Can she win that 1v1? No, she has to back off. Caitlyn is too elusive, and she does end up killing the Riven. So the heal is burned on the Caitlyn, but they just can't get to this Caitlyn. They have to find an angle where she can't be shooting constantly because she is just killing them. We saw this once before, and oh, Caitlyn does flash and wins the battle against Swammer for the second time. Swammer's got to get revenge on her.
It's close every time. Despite the gold disparity, it's close every time. But the mobility is coming into play. When you can dodge shots, stay alive matters a lot. That's what we're seeing happen.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a battle of inches out there. Those slivers of health either way each time. And now Clemson has a commanding lead on this game. It was very close there for 25 minutes, but it seems like they are got their claws into SVU and looking to close out this best of 3 here in game 2. They have picked up their third dragon. If they get that Infernal Soul, it's all but over. They have a inhibitor down and no tower in topside, so SVU's gonna have to play defensively here and hope that they overextend or hope that they can capitalize on the Caitlyn no flash. We need our Alistar's flash back up. We need our Malzahar's flash or Riven's flash to make a play on that Caitlyn.
Yeah, but we don't have those. We do have poppies coming up here, which could still be used some hopefully it does. Like, SVU's got maybe one fight left in. If they don't win it, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah. They definitely need to buckle up for this next fight. They got to pull out all the stops. 5677's got to go crazy. He has the goal to do so. He's sitting on 2 items, almost a third. The armor is building up for SVU, so that Caitlyn will start to deal less and less damage, but they need to have a good fight here. Ooh, they're trapping the Aurelia here. Here comes the layering of CC. That's a good ulti, and there's the knock-up, and there's another knock-up, and can they kill the Aurelia? Yes, they can, Willy Wonka! And so they're going for more. Here comes Nautilus. Can they kill him? No, he's going to flash to safety, hits the blast cone, sayonara. SVU's got to regroup, got to go mid. Clear the waves.
This is where SVU has a numbers advantage. They needed to use.
Yeah, they definitely need to.
Push on.
Yeah, Yon trying to get trying to get an advantage here, and this is going to be a huge ult, and no! That's a huge snipe out of Caitlyn. That's a lot of damage, and that's 5677 going down. With him down, SVU might not have the defense's capability to stop this. It's just Willy Wonka and Pleasant Plant, and while that's enough in my book, I don't know if it's enough in Clemson. That's a triple kill going over to Yon. It's just the Wonka. Oh, here comes Swammer. He brought a pizza with him. Can they stop this push? They have to hold these towers. That's an inhibitor down mid. They're losing an inhibitor top side. They're losing these. Now they're losing the Nexus turrets. Here comes Willy Wonka. Does he have his ult? Not quite yet. Yes, he just got it, but Caitlyn's doing a gazillion damage, and that's, no, the trap underneath the Zhonya's. That is a bold move there. I don't know if Swammer's going to be able to hold this off. Clemson looking to close this out. He does get the pick off, but he got to get revenge on this Caitlyn, but she is not playing fair, going for the 2v1. So it looks like Clemson is going to end this unless Honey T-Bone has anything to say about it. Here he comes, knocks her up, and here comes Riven with her ult. Can she get the kills here? No, Caitlyn's kiting perfectly. He does get the stun. What else does he have? No, there's the Gale Force like we mentioned earlier, and that's game 2 over to Clemson. Very hard fought there. That was a heck of a game out of SVU, but they do end up falling. That is a 2-0 victory over to Clemson. You got to give them credit. They came out strong, and while we didn't get to see game one, they really played well there. SVU made some adjustments, made game two very exciting.
It was
They,
super fun. It was super gory.
yeah,
30
they
minute
just
game,
weren't.
30 to 25. So much fighting happening.
Yeah, and it was huge. I 5, 6, 7, 7 really played well. Swammer was fed. Willy Wonka had some solo kills on the Aurelia. So, huge game out of them. Unfortunately, this will drop them, but they're not completely out of playoff contention. They got to win their game next week, though. So please tune in next week, 7 o'clock Tuesday. That is a must-win for your SVU Knights if they want to get into playoffs. But other than that, this was a great game here. Good job to Clemson, and I'm excited for next week.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Also, a reminder, we got Rocket League playing Monday at 7 again, as usual, for those tuning into that.
And we have Overwatch 8:30 next Monday as well. We will be trying to stream that, so please tune into that as well.
Early next week, just leave the channel up the whole time.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, SVU Esports should be all your entertainment needs. But other than that, I am Kevin Zuko Lamb. This is Jay Moff, Josh Moffett, and we are signing off.
See you guys.